If this is your first time here, I am Zakir. I am the brand and creative strategist behind the See Life Different Challenge. The See Life Different Challenge is for ambitious creatives who are ready to step outside of their comfort zone, operate in their purpose, and master their branding by storytelling. So we've been going on for 3 days now, and we are wrapping up. We made 3 days, and you've made it 3 days. Congratulations. If this is your first time watching, thank you for watching. I am Zakir. I am a cancer survivor, and I have been in the creative marketing industry for over a decade, 2 decades, if you will. And we're having this live challenge every day this week, and it's so exciting. We're mastering our mindset, we're mastering our branding, we're mastering our marketing, and today is all things marketing. Now, I made a few tweaks to today because make sure that you first make sure that you have access to a workbook. Because one, you have I love to call handy dandy. I'm giving out my age. I am a millennial. Handy dandy workbook where you have notes. You can put notes, make your own notes, and also fill in a blank from the previous 2 days. The previous 2 days, the first day we covered mindset. The first day we covered affirmation. We covered intentionality, and we covered our big scary goals that we want to achieve that have us operating in our purpose. The second day we covered branding, what branding looks like, are, how you actually are your brand. As hard as it may seem, as much as you may not want to be the face of your brand, you are your brand already. And I shared the way to tweak, if not create, your own help statement. Who do you help? Who do you serve? And how do you serve them? And today we are talking all things marketing. But I want to use the word, probably in a way that you recognize it, content. How are you going to utilize your content in a way that actually converts, that actually tells exactly who it is that you do and what you do and how you serve them? And so I have over a decade of experience as a photographer. And with me being a cancer survivor, I was actually saved by a photograph, saved by a camera. My cancer is a rare childhood eye cancer. So I have a prosthetic eye in my right eye. And I also wear hearing aids, so I'm hard of hearing. But I'm online, and it's different. It's the power, flexibility. So make sure you get your workbook and make sure that you are participating. Let us know that you are participating. I say us because in the challenge you also have a personal concierge. When you get the workbook, you get one, the replays if you missed them, and two, you get access to the Facebook group where you have a personal concierge. Shawnee is going to be, reaching out to you to see how she can support you. Because we want to make sure that you get clarity and you also implement and you also are walking in your purpose by the end of this challenge. All right. So today we're talking about mastering your marketing, and I have a couple of bonuses. I've been having extra bonuses all week long, but today I was tweaking and thinking about some of the conversations I've had with you all, and I was thinking, okay, what's really not working as well as most creative would like it to is all these changes in social media, that are happening um, quickly, quickly, and so much to the point where there is overwhelm, there is burnout, and throw in all your circumstances of life kind of getting in the way also of you creating your purpose. We got to make things a little easier. So today we are going to cover not only I'm going to utilize slides for those who are both audio and audio visual or just visual learners, but we're going to talk about social media, but we're all going to talk about a couple of things off of social media because having been a photographer myself for over a decade, but also have served women of color, women of faith, um, women who are marginalized and differently abled, I've noticed that is the biggest gap. Even if you already have started and you're super ambitious and you already are walking in your purpose, the biggest gap is, okay, well, how do I keep this going? How do I keep the momentum? How do I really don't want to use social media, but how do I? So that's what we're going to talk about today. So let me make sure that I'm looking at my notes as well to make sure that I'm following everything. All right. So first thing first, we always start the day with affirmations. So I have affirmations from a website called Notique, Notique, Notiq. Sorry, Notiq. And if you want these affirmations, you have to search for affirmation cards on the website. But it's you get a code. I've been sharing the code all week long. You can use code Legacy on Notique.com to get these affirmation cards yourself. So I'm going to read a few of them, and just make sure that when you're listening to this video that you clear out all distractions. Clear out all of the distractions. Have all of the distractions. Now, hopefully you won't hear. Well, again, I'm harving. I can't hear it, but hopefully you won't hear it. Be sure to let me know in the comments if you happen to hear machines, tire, washing machines. I decided to just start the load and thinking it would finish, but it didn't finish. So hopefully it doesn't interrupt your sound. All right, ready? I am a woman of dignity. I am honorable. I am confident. I am secure. I am not ashamed. I am a woman of wisdom. I am full of knowledge. I am full of understanding. I operate with good judgment. I am a hardworking woman. I am not lazy. I am willing to do what it takes. I am dedicated. I am determined. I am an efficient woman. I make the best, most use of my time. I am prompt to take action. I am growing in productivity. I am maximizing opportunities. With that being said, let's get to work. So I'm going to have two different slides going for you. So the first one is, let me see if I can hide a few things. Hold on. Bear with me as we get technical. And be sure to, as whatever you learn here, this is a free challenge. So whatever you learn here, one, put it in the comments. Two, put it in your workbook. But three, let me know what you learned. That's really helpful, so that I know how it is that I'm serving you, right? Am I serving you? Are you getting clarity? Are you having breakthroughs? Are you having aha moments and takeaways? Let me know. Okay. Hold on just a second. I think we're almost there. Just a second. Okay. All right. So now we are getting ready to share the screen, and we're going to talk about source content. I'm just summarize it down to content. Talking about content today. Okay. So content, growing on social media, utilizing social media, utilizing it in a way that makes sense. Utilizing it in a way that makes sense. So we're gonna learn. I love to kind of break things into letters that make sense. So you're gonna learn the 3 C's of growing on social media and how to grow on the big 4 social media channels. And we're going to utilize what we've learned the past couple of days, right? From day one, once you set your intention and once you set who you serve, then we're going to utilize how to create that kind of content and post it. And we're gonna talk about video. We're going to talk about video. Don't I'm sure you're like, oh, rolling your eyes right now, but yes, video. What's happening with social media right now is it's changing a lot. But in order for it to change, we're taking a little bit of the old and putting it together with the new. And because we were always online so much during the pandemic, we gotta maintain a way to still be social. So I have been online for over a decade. I was the MySpace and Facebook era when Facebook and MySpace first started out. So I've seen all of the changes. And so, you know, I'm all about like holistic and organic growth. So that's really what we're going to talk about. So of course, it takes commitment, takes consistency, and it is forever changing. And I know these are the three things that are actually the most difficult things about um, sharing your creative gifts right now. So first, I'm just gonna include this now. Focus Media Group is my media group. So it was from started out by, I was doing this for, let me just, I think I got some notes that you're gonna see. All right, I'm gonna Google screen. So I started out, with just me. Just I'm the independent contractor for other women-owned businesses, women-owned nonprofits, and women of color came to me to capture their portraits, right? And so what I would notice is that there's this gap of that inconsistency, right? And so first things first is how to really define which one of the social media networks are for you. Now, some of you have been on it for a while, so these stats are going to go right past your head, but the others probably don't even realize the power that you have for free, that you have access to right here, right now, because probably you're using one of these to actually watch this video. Again, all of this stuff is for free. So Facebook is still the most used platform. That's why I showed it first. It's still the most used platform because you can invite your friends, and even if they're not your actual friends, you're joining relevant groups, and then they become your friend. But now also Facebook has added this new feature where people can just follow you. You can have followers. They don't have to be friends. They'll be your followers. Make sure that you can, but definitely utilize it. Join industry related groups. Join the group with other music artists. Join the group with other photographers. Join the group with other writers and authors and anything that you create. And once you're ready, once you are at that point financially, you can use ads. There's so many different ways to use ads. I still don't feel like anyone's using it properly, but that's a whole other thing. Then, of course, there's Instagram. Instagram is another one of the free platforms which can easily be used incorrectly. Easily be used incorrectly. So that's why you got to make sure that you spend no more than 20 minutes a day. Not 50 people a day. That's we're kind of going in order of the like $1.80 strategy, right? So everything does eventually cost. Although we are talking about free platforms, everything in order to actually grow does actually have a cost. And that cost for Instagram probably changed by now, but it's $1.80. And for Instagram, it's so easy. I think even for me, I started out just literally following my friends. But at this point, with where we're focusing on our mindset, right? So now it's highly recommended to follow the leaders, follow the people that you actually admire and want to be like, and literally see how they're doing what they're doing. But obviously not in a way if you know that it's going to become envious for you or feeling of imposter syndrome, but follow the leaders. Now I think I'm gonna slash and add TikTok here. I don't think I made a specific slide for TikTok, but because Instagram is literally duplicating and taking away from TikTok, trying to just everything that you see that I share about Instagram, apply it to TikTok. The same thing about the maximum about follow 50 people a day. Make sure these are people that are relevant to who you are serving. A giveaway style. I think this is an old method where there was this follow thread that you could use to connect with, for example, the people that you have access to in the Facebook group for this challenge and have giveaways. Twitter, yes, although it's in shambles right now because of its new owner, it still is very, very helpful with getting that research out there. Let's say, remember from day 2 when I was sharing, okay, if you were to ask your friend and your family or your previous client, what is it about you that attracts them to you? You didn't even have to ask them. You can actually ask Twitter too. Find out the keywords. find out your keyword. Once you've narrowed down your word of the year, your focus of the year, find that out. Twitter is still such a good research platform, even if you don't want to use it for yourself. But a lot of things on Twitter are very public, so for the most part, you don't have to see everything on Twitter. And now Twitter also has this thing of threads. So threads, I really enjoy Twitter because less is more, right? If you're trying to work out your help statement and who you serve, and you can do that in 280 characters, which is the equivalent of like one whole paragraph. You've narrowed down your copy and your content, your wording. And the same thing, they have hashtags on there. It's not as effective because again, Twitter is just this big old its own world. Like you can search just like you would Google search, you can Twitter search. You don't need hashtags, but you can follow them and use them. Same thing for users to follow the leader. Don't just follow everybody and anybody. And they do have ads that show up. Usually they're relevant to you, and I say utilize them because you can automate everything. Keyword of today is automate everything on Twitter. So you can automate on Twitter. All right, LinkedIn. LinkedIn is normally known for when you were searching for a job, but now there's actually a different method to use it. One is we're going to operate in our future tense, right? Who is it that you see yourself to be in the next 365 days? You can use that, create that kind of profile on LinkedIn. You can post daily, although, just like any other social media, they are controlling the algorithm. Algorithm means who sees what, right? There's over 200 million users who are using the platform for free. So they are doing the best that they can with the money that they have, which currently, yes, is a lot, to show you posts that you actually want to see. So there's always new formats, always new changing, always new ways of utilizing it and use it. So include hashtags on there, but make sure that you're using hashtags as topics, not just it's fun to see some hashtags in the comments of some of your favorite celebrities and influencers. They'll actually put whole sentences in hashtags. Don't do that on LinkedIn. All right, now analytics is analytics on LinkedIn. It really varies by the tier of LinkedIn that you have and that you're using. By default, you can use it for your own page. Sometimes you can use it as a creator if you use a business page, or you can use LinkedIn Premium. They have like amazing free 30, 60, 90-day trials for premium. Market research. I share all this, one, for know the difference between each, know how you want to communicate on each, but two, find the one that you actually want to use. Okay. Now, next, everything that we've talked about, who you serve and why you serve them, share that all over the place, right? Although I'm sure right now you are on all of the platforms doing all of the things, and continue to do that because it is effective, especially if it is effective for you and you can see that. I'm big on data and analytics. So every one of these platforms that I shared have their own analytics. So I highly recommend taking the time to look at them. And if that is something you don't know how to do, go ahead and put a comment. It's say teach me how, and I probably will actually make a bonus. That'll be a bonus video for you. But you gotta want it. I'm not gonna just do it just because you gotta want it. All right. So cross promoting. Your help statement is gonna be a part of your call to action on the email list. All the content you create, it can be a part of your email list. And of course, put it on all of the networks and join podcasts. Podcasts are a different kind of social media. They're both now audio and video based, but it is a different kind of social media. So don't sleep on podcasts. Podcasts are, I've been, speaking on platforms about this and speaking at other conferences about this. But podcasting is literally your own radio show, your own NPR. And if you use it right, it can be a great method for social media growth. Oh, and don't forget digital business cards. There's so many easy ways to utilize QR codes. QR codes are here to stay and here to come back. And don't forget to use them. Save paper, y'all. All right, so remember what I said about you sharing your story. Share your story. Be vulnerable. Share the thing that you went through that you think nobody else went through, but believe it or not, the minute you become vulnerable about it, you may meet someone who actually had been through it. Okay. behind the scenes, you've already followed, you like that part about your favorite influencers, right? When they're sharing with you that they're traveling, when they're sharing with you that they're creating, a book, a project, um, an event, when they're, creating with you whatever's happening in life, right? So you can do the same thing. There is, yes, you don't have to tell everything. No, I think, that's where people kind of get in their heads about it too much, where a part of your brand is what do you do? What is your favorite? Where do you like to travel? What do you like to eat? When is your birthday? Are you a Sagittarius like me? So those little known facts, and of course the products and services you already have. You gotta toot your own horn. All right. So, for me, I've always will do like a reintroduction post and I'll share, 3 fun facts. And these are 3 fun facts. I've traveled to 10 countries on 3 different continents. Hold on. 4 different continents. A camera or photograph saved my life. My cancer is a childhood eye cancer called retinoblastoma. And if it wasn't for the flash of a photograph that detected the white glow instead of a red glow in the photograph, I would not be talking to you today, and I would not have continued my education in all these online platforms that they're pivoting all the time as well. But Adobe and Hootsuite and CodeStudy, you can schedule and create content. That's what all these platforms are, and that's what, again, we're team automation over here. So that's those are three of the platforms I'm gonna mention. All right, go live. Yeah, I know. I might as well take a break here because you're like, oh man, video again. Yes, video again. Video is converting a bit more. Just take a look at all the videos that you see on your social media. Um, Someone is live streaming something or someone or someplace. All of them have it. And even if you're not ready to just, if you're not ready, there's another way to do it. Use the camera that's on your phone, on your tablet, on your computer, and upload that. Use Instagram Reels or TikTok. I think I'm just repeating myself with this. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep on. All right. So again, the algorithm. It changes based off of who you engage with. The more you engage with me, the more you actually see my posts, right? The less you engage with me, the less you'll see my posts. And you do that for anyone else. Remember, you're following the leaders in your industry, the people who you aspire to be like, the people who have already put their 10, 12 years, their overnight success in, and those are the ones you aspire to be like. Visit their pages, like their posts, comment on their posts. One, it not only um, help you to see their pages, but also that's how the algorithm works, right? So I'm probably giving you a bunch of information, and don't be overwhelmed. The goal is we're gonna find out which one actually works for you. So just to share the other one about YouTube, YouTube is slightly different from the big four: the LinkedIn, the Facebook, the Instagram, the Twitter. Um, because you gotta watch a couple of the videos. So just like on your Netflix, when you would start, even if you start watching like the first 3 minutes of the video, it'll tell you to continue watching, right? Similarly with YouTube, it'll actually count your watch within 3 minutes. So keep this in mind when you are posting and you're disempowered around views or people on viewing, makes people probably didn't even view it long enough. Okay, so this is my favorite part. This is why women of color, women of faith, differently abled women come to me, because we got to look at all these 3 things that are super, super important um, when it comes to attracting, right? So first things first is remove all the old stuff. Now, what happens is, there's 2 different kinds of people on this earth. You hoard or you delete everything. Um, so this is for the people who hoard and don't delete anything. If they no longer represent who you say you are, delete or archive it. You can archive, meaning it won't go anywhere, but it's no longer visible for anyone else. Especially Instagram. Treat Instagram like a visual portfolio, because that's what people are see. That's the first thing people see. So if unless it's press I'm always like, why is there a screenshot on here? But that's how us women are. We need to show off the receipts. So unless it's something really, really good about your brand, I say if it has something to do with your brand, don't worry about it. But if it had nothing to do with your brand, delete the screenshot. In outdated events, if you scheduled a live and it was a week ago, but it already happened, go ahead and remove those. Analytics, like I said, every one of the big four has their own data and analytics. You just got to understand how to use it, right? Start with the basic. Who is your audience? And their age, their gender, and where they're located. And you can view your most popular posts. And that's how you can utilize 9 or 10 times. You already know where you need to start, what you need to continue to share, but a lot of people forget about it, that you have it right there at the palm of your hand. Highlights. Highlights are forever changing, but Facebook and Instagram, and LinkedIn. It's called featured on LinkedIn, but it's called highlights on Facebook and Instagram. But answer the top 3 to 4 questions that people ask. Who are you? How can you help me? Why should I trust you? Who are you? How can you help me? And why should I trust you? Okay. All right. And then these are just more tips because I'm probably bombarding you with tips. So just like what I'm doing right now, like most of you had to, in order to actually get my workbook, you had to go to my email list. You had to, in order for you to catch the replay, you had to go to my website. And 9 out of 10, the things you're receiving, I'm not even on my computer. One, it's to help. I have help concierge, but two, I'm automating and scheduling a lot of the things. Okay. Okay. So how we feeling? That's part one. Part one of a ton of information. All right, great. So I do know that my next video is. I know what the next video is gonna be. So perfect. I know exactly what the next video is going to be. All right. So we're not done yet. This is probably gonna be the longer video out of the rest of them. This is the bonus. We're done, but we're not done. This is the bonus. Remember, I said that every day that you're watching these videos, you're actually gonna get a live what do I say? Live bonuses. Bonuses. Okay. So the next thing is marketing, right? So social media is always changing, right? It's so overwhelming. And I think, I was remember having a conversation and someone was literally like, how do I get off of social media? Okay, well, how often do you use your email? How often do you check your email? How often are you, let's take these, you're probably going to get a bunch of more emails. If you didn't get a bunch of emails in November, you're going to get more emails in December. And think about it, if you put yourself in their shoes, what would it look like if you had people opening your emails? So that's what we're going to talk about. I'm opening the next slide. So in the meantime, share some takeaways. Tell me what you're learning. What is mind blowing about what you've learned so far. Okay. So I think we good. Okay. So sharing now, we're talking all things email. How should you even use your email? Why should you even use your email? And I'm gonna go from there. Google Chrome. Okay, cool. All right. So what is it? Why should I use it? And my 3 favorites. And how should I use it? The what, the why, the how, and who. Like who are my 3 favorites? All right. So I'm just gonna go ahead and make it again. So email marketing is another marketing channel. Think of it as back in the day when you used to get things in the mail from your favorite companies, those magazines, the brochures. Instead, everything is digital. It's still direct, but it's digital. But in order for people to actually continue to get related to you, they gotta say yes, right? They gotta want to be on your email list. So all the people that who have ever given you an email list from however long you've been a creative and you've been communicating with somebody's email, they gave you permission to be on the email list. Okay. Now it's different now because almost everything is public on social media. But if you literally had someone's email because you had a conversation with them, they have already given you authorization to be on the email list. All right. So that is how you get off of social media. They come to your social media, they come to your website, they're already taking a look at who are you and how can you serve me. Share with them even more intimately by having them sign up to your email list. So I think I did duplicating stuff from the other side. Sorry about that. Okay, so so think about this, right? Why should you be using email? Think about if you remember when Facebook and Instagram were down for like 2 hours last year. Yeah, that was last year. Time flew by. Facebook and Instagram were down for 2 hours. If that wasn't a reminder, then look at what just happened at both Meta and Twitter. All the layoffs, and the layoffs are affecting how you utilize the social media network. And some people, even as consumers, were like, "I'm getting off of here," which is fine because you don't pay for anything to be on there, right? But let's say you are creating and you social media is your best method of communication. You would probably be freaking out, won't you? So now I'm going to share with you my three favorite email marketing platforms. And if you are on my email list, you probably have seen me use all three. So MailChimp is my favorite. You'll actually get these links uh, later. But MailChimp has been around forever and um, they just they just got acquired by Intuit. Intuit is, there's all three of these email marketing platforms that make it really, really easy for creatives like you to actually monetize, to actually um, serve online. So for me, I recommend it, especially for beginning. If you're just beginning, I definitely that's always what I tell all of my clients. Like if you haven't started a sign up sheet or an email list, start on MailChimp. But more so lately because it's acquired by Intuit and QuickBooks, which is the money apps, right? Like Mint and TurboTax, like all that's Intuit, all of that is Intuit. So it's perfect for those who are already in um, e-commerce. Now the next one is the one that is my most favorite. I say it technically advanced. So there's other the same email platforms that you've seen. 9 out of 10 times there was a platform called Keap, which was actually renamed from Infusionsoft. And for creatives, that didn't work, right? Because we want something simple. We don't know all of the things. We just want to create, right? So having an email platform that one is it works for your budget because you can actually use it for free for a while. The only exception is you pay a little bit more to again automate, make things easy to be able to delegate. And again about branding, the only way for people to know about it is other people talking about it. I found out about it from another creator. I think I heard about it 3 times before I was just like, okay, you know what? Fine, let me join it. And but what's amazing is that they actually have a conference, like they have a whole conference for creatives. And then the most recent one is Flowdesk. Um, I think, yeah, this recently changed, but Flowdesk is, how do I say this in a way that makes sense to you all? So I recommend Flowdesk if you are a service-based creative. I recommend Flowdesk if you are a service-based creative because what happens is you can have your products on there. People can, literally buy your product. But what happens is they partnered also with another CRM, a customer relation management tool called Honeybook. Honeybook. It's also woman-owned, so I'm all for woman-owned businesses. So You have to be able to use automation tools like Zapier to be able to integrate it with everything else that you use. But I definitely recommend it if you are saving space. Okay, so again, it's the same thing for email. You got to be committed. You got to say you want it. You got to be consistent, and you got to adapt to all the changes. So the same thing is, just like you want people to follow you on Instagram, you kind of want people to sign up for your email list. And how do you do that? Um, sorry. That the first one is growing. Once you've gotten people in your email list, this is actually once you've gotten people in your email list, what to send to them, right? But the second, the remaining one, make sure that wherever on your wherever your website is, put it there, right? Sign up for my email list to get X, Y, Z. You can have little bars. You've seen bars on your favorite influencer websites that are scrolling up or they pop up just as you're about to leave. That's email marketing pop-ups. And 9 out of 10 times, that's probably from something called MailMuch. Review is fairly new, but I think I would change that to Substack. But already just utilize the public paid email list. From like Twitter or Substack to have people continue to warm up to you, but you still have their email because they want to learn from you. Okay, but it's the same thing. You can see what I mean. Everything can be repapered. It's the same thing from social media. You put it in your email. So most people lately, depending on who you follow, like there's a couple of influencers that I follow, and it's literally whatever was on their social media, I already saw it on their email, but they put it on their social media too. Okay. So just a few more ideas of what you should use to get people in, lead people in, and have them attracted to you. Send an audio. I get it. If you're watching me share all these tips about use Instagram, use TikTok, use Reels, and you were rolling your eyes, guess what? You don't have to. You really don't. But use something so people feel connected to you. Audio and video podcasts are the best way. If you are a writer, use an excerpt from a book. Even if you are creating your story, share your story. Okay, so even if you're already there and you're ready to just send 5 emails, because think about it, it takes you 7 times to interact with someone before actually purchasing from them, right? So introduce yourself, continue to tell your story, and then you promote. Because I think what happens is, you want to they kind of tell people to buy. You think about it with when people send you DMs on Facebook and Instagram, and the first thing they say is like, "Hey, buy my this." And you're like, no, thank you. You didn't even say hi, right? The same thing goes. So we're trying to break the norm of people not actually being social. It's everything that you do online, just everything that you did offline, bring it to the online world. Okay? Share the story. Say it again. Automate and organize. Repeat. Automate, organize, automate, and repeat. Okay. So I think some of the things, especially if you've already been utilizing email marketing, you're probably like, oh, but people are unsubscribing and I don't want unsubscribes. Don't take it personal. They're actually doing you a favor. You thought, especially if you started out your email list with bringing a bunch of people over that you used to talk to and you haven't talked to them in a minute, don't take it personal. They'll probably be like, I don't remember who you are. I don't care who you are. I don't want to work with you. And that's okay. Closer to the people that you're actually supposed to serve. Closer to the easiest way for you to utilize your gifts. Oh, and subject lines matter. Remember I was saying about utilize the heck out of Twitter for its character shortages to have an idea of how to get people's attention? There. And you probably have already seen plenty of emails where grammar is not perfect. You probably have seen my slides where my grammar has not been perfect. Nobody's perfect. Don't expect to be. Okay, great. So, yes, there is an option for you to actually book a call with me. I'm willing to help you out here. All right, so how are we feeling? How are we feeling? We're at the end. It can be overwhelming. Yes, it can be overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be. And yes, I'm so excited. I probably went super fast, and I get it because I'm passionate about this. I'm knowledgeable about it. And sometimes that's all it takes. All it takes is for you to be interacting with someone who is knowledgeable about these things. Knowledgeable about these things. All right. So now we're at the third day, day 3. First, we covered, intentionality, mastering your mindset with intentionality. And then we talked about mastering your branding by building your own story. And now we're talking about how do you even use it? How do you continue to reach more people, right? In order for you to actually impact more people and operate in your purpose, you got to interact with people, okay? And I've enjoyed being of service to you, but that's not it. That's not it. It doesn't have to end there. So one, we got 2 more days coming. So one is a Q&A day for tomorrow, Sunday. Q&A day where you can literally ask me anything. I highly recommend submitting the questions ahead of time. If you're not able to join it live and actually ask me questions about any of the 3 things that you learned throughout this series. And then we're skipping. No, you get a Q. You first is the Q&A, and then you're also gonna get on Monday when you get to meet your concierge, and also you get to hear her share her story because she's actually worked with me more than once, and so you get to hear her share her story. And last but not least, on the 20th, you also get to interact one-on-one with me, kind of like a co-working coaching session, if you will, on my birthday. Yes, on my birthday, you get to actually be with me, and I get to support you in working through and having your help statements, having your tools and your automations, and having your intentional goals. So at the end of every session, I've given you homework, and I've given you homework to put it in the Facebook group. And your homework is actually to teach me your ways. What are you already doing? So, what are you already doing to put your story out there? What are you already using to put your story out there? Okay. So, name all of the things in the Facebook group. You can comment on this video too if you want to. While you're right here, if you already know off the top of your head, that's perfectly fine. But we kind of want to keep things organized. So, post it in the Facebook group. What are the digital tools you are already using to tell your story and attract your ideal client so that you can actually walk into your purpose? That's it. That's all the homework assignments. All right. Now we are the session is done, but now we're here for the bonus thing. So the bonus is you are getting the first dibs at my live event that I'm having March 11th, 2023 in Atlanta, Georgia. If you enjoyed these 3 days, these 3 sessions, there's more where that came from. You actually get to work with me in person at the See Life Different Summit. The See Life Different Summit. Now, it's going to be only on March 11th, 2023, all day from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. in Atlanta, Georgia. And in the summit, we are doing all of the things similar to this challenge where we're going to work on your mindset. We're also going to work on your brand. We're going to work on your messaging and your marketing. But what's different about the in-person energy is you get to be surrounded by people that look like you, people that also are going through the same struggle as you, and people who also want to go exactly where you want to go. And there's going to be 10 other amazing women speakers to talk about all of the things. We're going to talk a little bit more about not only are you are what you eat, but you are with who you surround yourself with. That plays a huge role into mindset. So you're going to get access to a membership community where we get monthly coaching sessions, mentoring sessions with 2 of the amazing women that are also at Focus Media Group, who have been doing this for more than a decade, 2 decades as well. And they're literally going to be your guiding light until we meet in person on March 11th, 2023. At the summit, you get you get a workbook too, a completely different workbook, because this workbook is also going to go hand in hand with your guides. You get a goodie bag. We're going to have some amazing woman operated and differently abled businesses that are contributing to you to make sure that you have everything you need, including um, brand photo shoot. You actually get to get a photo shoot, so that you have content to post, no new content that actually attracts and aligns with who you are serving, the kind of creativity you want to serve. You also will get a special, one of the speakers is based on nutrition. We're going to have a nutritionist, because in order for you to actually continue to maintain your energy, continue to maintain your balance, and have those boundaries set in your life so that you can actually walk into your purpose, we got to start inside. It starts with us, and it starts internally. Okay. But it's all going to be through one day. And there's two different payment plans. And I'm so excited to serve you, to continue to serve you. So be sure to go to drumroll. Go to www.zakiranayar.com/see life different to learn more about it. And I'm so excited to work with you. And this is the event. If you're literally like, okay, I I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. Like I'm so ambitious. I've been doing all of the things. Nothing's working as well as I like it to. It's time to work with someone who is actually going to patiently take you there, right? Someone who can see outside of what's your business that you're already doing, the things that you're already doing. Because sometimes what happens is we have such ton of vision. Our multi-passionate selves have so much ton of vision that we can't see beyond. We're not able to see differently. We're not able to see life differently. We're not able to see our business differently because we're so focused on what's right there in front of us. But over the course of 3 to 4 months, between the membership community and every coaching session, mentoring session leading up to the event, by the time you get to the event, your mindset will be shifted because you took action. You did the work because you said you wanted something different, because you said you wanted to see life differently and actually walk into your purpose. And of course, you're going to also have access to a community. Now, I've been around for so long, I've attended plenty of events, but 9 out of 10 times, women don't actually support each other. Women do not actually support each other. And basically, um, what happens is having an environment of nothing but support, nothing but positivity. That's what um, that's what makes the difference. That's really the key. I'm probably giving the secret away already, but the key is to be surrounded by love and light. The key is to be surrounded by love and light, and that's exactly what the See Life Different Summit is about. Um, this is the second one we have, but we decided to narrow it down even more. So, if you are a woman of faith, you are a woman of color, and you are definitely able to, you're an ally of those who are definitely able. This event is for you, and um, I'm so excited. I'm so excited, and be sure to check out the link. And remember that one, you have access to me through a phone call. If you have more questions, I think I can put that link back here. So one, you have access to me for a phone call, but first and foremost, go to your concierge, Sony, because she actually will be sending you messages, and I'm here to answer any questions that you may have. And but also that's what the day 4 is about. It's nothing but a Q&A day. Okay, but the challenge is not over. The challenge is not over. Okay. So thank you for watching. Thank you for participating. And I'm gonna say I see a chat. Okay, I see. All right, so you did your homework already. I love that. You shared what you already have, which is Facebook and YouTube and LinkedIn, and you do have a newsletter. Great. So we're gonna keep playing around with that, because there ain't gonna be that bonus video that's gonna come, where we're gonna show you literally what's not working as well as you like to about that, and how can you automate it. All right. Thank you for watching, and I will see you tomorrow.